this is Kim Beaker. Hello again. I've come for my second DVD review, and it's Robin Hood, Disney's version of Robin Hood. Now, everybody knows the story of Robin Hood, that he robbed the rich to feed the poor and everything else, and you had the Kevin Costner film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and all that lot. So you got big bucks, and you got all the movies and Errol Flynn and all that lot. But this is Disney's take on it, and as you can tell by the cover, they're animals. They can walk and talk and be like human beings, including a snake. Okay, so you've got a lion, a snake, a rooster, a fox, a vixen, a bear, a badger, a chicken, a wolf, and several vultures, and lots of rabbits and badgers and raccoons, and tortoises or whatever. Yes, tortoises, that's it. So, who plays what? Now, the two lions, one is King Richard, really man of the pride kind of thing, but you only get to see him in the last bits, and the cowardly Prince John. The snake is Sir Hiss, Prince John's favourite little servant. The rooster is Alan Dale, the songster who does the songs and introduces the whole thing, and the vixen and the fox are Robin Hood and Maid Marian. Little John's the bear, Friar Tuck's the badger, Take Who the Chicken is Lady Cluck, of course, and of course, what would you think the Sheriff Nottingham plays? He's played by a wolf. And then you've got the two vultures, Trigger and Nutsy. Now, I don't know particularly about them, but one's Nutsy, obviously, and one's Trigger happy. Okay, so the general list of the story is the sheriff's trying to kill Robin Hood and can't succeed because he's a complete and utter idiot. He really doesn't see what's right in front of his eyes. He's dopey, he's idiot. He's a typical wolf, really, you know, wolves in sheep clothing, that kind of thing. Anyway, Richard's gone off to war, leaving Prince John in charge, and he's taxing the villages, and there's the sheriff going around taxing and taking every last penny and every farthing they've got. And along comes Robin Hood, and he steals back the money from the tax collector. Now, the opening sequence is when Robin Hood is walking through the forest with Little John, and they have a little splash in the water, and then, of course, the sheriff tries to kill them, and they escape. And then while they're escaping, they come into a tree, and they sit there and chat, and then they hear a jingle of money, look out, and there's old Prince John's carriage is running past. So they decide to rob it, the royal treasury. Good idea. But they can't obviously rob it because it's lots of guards and everything, so they dress up as fortune tellers, which is a bit strange and weird. You see, and Prince John falls for it. And the first opening sequence of them meeting Prince John is them nicking the rings off his fingers. And there, Little John, kissing the fingers and taking the jewels. And then smiling when the jewels are there. And of course then, they all do things and everything else, and they rob him, and Hiss is trying to tell them they're trying to rob him, and John's not listening and shoves the snake in a basket and sits on the basket. And, you know, they rob everything. Pardon me? They rob everything, and even the gold hubcaps off the carriage. And of course they get caught doing this. Well, they run away, and everyone thinks that they, you know, are fortune tellers, but not really. Carriage runs off, and the wheels come off the carriage, and John is shoved into a pile of mud. And this is the funny bit. Here's the snake is with him and reminds him that it's his mother's carriage, and then he does this. Sucks his thumb while holding his ear. I think it's that way, actually. I can't really do it very well. I can't stand sucking my thumb. And that's his thing. Every time his mum's mentioned, he goes, yep. And he's really silly. Good film though, really silly. Anyway, so John wants to get his own back and holds this golden arrow contest where the best archer gets the golden arrow and a kiss from Maid Marian, and of course Robin Hood's in love with Maid Marian, although Maid Marian is in love with him. And so that's set up. In the meantime, Robin goes around dressed as a blind man to see what's going on, and comes across a load of rabbits who've just had a little birthday. One of them is 7, he's just had his birthday. And along's come the Sheriff of Nottingham and nicked his farthing that they gave him as a present. And of course then Robin Hood gives him his hat and his little arrow, and he goes off saying, I'm Robin Hood and everything else. And the rabbits and the kids, they're adorable. You've got rabbits, you've got a tortoise, and you've got a little badger, and they're very cute. And they run off, and they meet Maid Marian, and they have fun and stuff like that. And she's still in love with him, and reckons he's not in love with her, and of course Robin is in love with her still. Anyway,